ago, I got a phone call, and I'm sharing something with you. Floyd was like, who the fuck is this Boots guy? He said, that motherfucker can fight his ass off. He right now one of the best fighters in the world.
Because you're from Philly and you've seen Boots in the gym, how good is he?
He's the best gym fighter I've ever seen with my own two eyes. Ever.
Wow.
If he turns that at the top level, he gonna win titles at 47, 50.
What happens when the smartest boxer in history goes up against the best of this era? When Floyd Mayweather's fight, IQ meets Terence Bud Crawford's perfect timing. It creates a showdown the sport hasn't seen in years. Two masters who almost never lose. But things just got even wilder. Floyd Mayweather has been seen training with Jaron Ennis, and the boxing world can't stop talking about it. Everyone knows this isn't just another exhibition for Floyd. This time it's personal. It's about legacy. And working with Boots could be either his smartest or riskiest move yet. Let's break it down. Boots Ennis isn't just another rising fighter. He's a once-in-a-generation talent. Experts have been saying for a while that Boots Ennis is the closest thing we have to Terence Crawford in today's boxing world.
I think the perfect weight for Boots is 160. I think he could go there now and be in his absolute prime. He'll be tight at 54 tomorrow. People think that when you move up in weight, all of a sudden it's easy. He's massive. He will 100% go to 168 at some point. So right there, you've got a 4-division championship. But I don't want him just to be a 4-division champion. I want him to be undisputed in those because I think he's the natural progressor to Terence Crawford. I think he's of the same kind of ability as Terence Crawford. And what Crawford's done is amazing because he was undisputed in 3 weight classes.
Yeah,
So-
you got to prove it in a ring.
Of course you have. It's very well me saying it. But you've got to prove it in a ring. But you've also, people know in boxing. So everyone's always known how good Crawford was. But it took him a long time to get the opportunities to prove it. We've got to make sure that we're not 36, 37, 38 when we're getting those opportunities. Because if Boots can get it at 29, 30, he's going to be around 34, 35. He lives a clean life. Do you know what I mean? I think this guy, I truly believe, I think he could be one of the all-time greats.
The way he switches stances, reads his opponents, and breaks them down looks like a younger, hungrier version of Crawford. So when 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather steps into the gym with Boots, it's not by chance, it's pure strategy. That's classic Mayweather intelligence at work. But here's the twist. Canelo Alvarez once tried the same thing. He sparred with Boots while getting ready for a possible fight with Crawford. And we all remember how that turned out.
About the work with Boots, did you work together one time? Was it over multiple days? And how was the work beneficial?
Yeah, more than one time, yeah, and he helped me really good, and I'm very grateful with him. We have history because 14 years ago, his older brother, Ennis, helped me for when I fought Shane Mosley and Alfonso Gomez. So that's why we have history with the Ennis family, and I'm very grateful with him taking the time and go there and give me some work.
Do you think was there anything in particular that you guys worked on that you feel like was beneficial?
No, he worked his team. He's very similar to Crawford. He switched guards too. He's fast and he's a pretty good fighter. So I work really good with.
Crawford still completely humbled him. He turned that fight into a masterclass in boxing IQ, showing that even the toughest and most seasoned fighters can't solve his still.
He threw a shot and we landed at the same time. I looked at him and I told him, like, yeah, you felt that. I was just letting him know that it's going to be a long night.
Last 30 seconds of the fight, what was going through your mind then?
Close it out. Just close it out. If I didn't have that mindset of finishing the fight and making sure that I closed it out, then it would have been a draw. Being that I wasn't the champion, I was the challenger. I wanted to make sure that the judges see that I was in control from the beginning to the end. I just knew it was going to be my day. I came out smiling. I don't never come out smiling. I'm always focused. I was ready for whatever he brought. I was just in the moment.
So now everyone's wondering, if Canelo trained with Boots and still got outboxed, what makes Floyd any different?
Time to eat. You know, it's fun, sparring Canelo. Trying to pick his brain. He got I think he 70 fights in, 10 pro 15. So I was picking his brain, having fun, and sharpening my tools, you know, that's about it, you know. Yep. Good round. Feel good, feel great.
Here's the difference. Floyd isn't Canelo. Canelo depends on power, pressure, and timing. He's built to knock people out. But against Crawford, that strength meant nothing. Crawford is too smart, too calm, and too skilled at shutting down heavy hitters.
The ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
Floyd, on the other hand, never relied on power. He built his whole legacy on defense, timing, and counterpunching, the art of not getting hit. He doesn't try to break you down with force. He lets you beat yourself.
I agree with you so wholeheartedly about appreciation of a real masterful boxer. Like when I always talk to people about Floyd Mayweather, they talk all this. He does this, he does that, he's got all this money. I go, save all that. Forget about his talking. Watch how that guy fights. He barely gets hit. He's been rocked maybe twice in his whole career. Maidana and Sugar Shane Mosley. Those are the only two. And he wound up winning both those fights. He's masterful boxer.
If you don't like Floyd's lifestyle, I don't ascribe to Floyd's lifestyle, but that's not my business. As a fighter, we're going to call this the way we see it. He is arguably one of the greatest of all time. Floyd's doing something and we're not acknowledging it. And it's clear that you don't like him. That's the issue. But if we're talking in the ring, come on, man.
Genius. Now picture this. Floyd's defensive IQ mixed with Boots Ennis' offensive rhythm, stance switching, range control, and unpredictable movement. That's exactly what Floyd is working on. He's studying today's version of Crawford through Boots, learning how the new generation approaches a fight, and using his old school strategy to turn it right back on them.
Boy beat everybody. That boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. You know, hit and not get hit. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't give him credit when he was active.
That's what sets Floyd apart. Canelo tried to imitate Crawford, while Floyd is trying to figure him out. Floyd simply understands the sport on a deeper level. That's exactly why he beat Canelo when they fought.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
But here's the twist. Why would Boots even help Floyd? Let's be honest. The tension between Boots and Crawford has been building for years.
That's the fight that everybody want to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so.
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this, acting like that.
Boots has made it clear he wants to fight with Crawford. But Crawford wants no part of it. Not out of fear, but out of pure strategy.
Now you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, we just going to keep saying, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but I'm looking for bigger and better challenges like Canelo.
You're just looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
Definitely. Them the guys I'm looking for,
From Crawford's point of view, Fighting Boots Ennis doesn't add anything to his legacy. He's already at the top. The pound-for-pound king, the undisputed welterweight champion, and the current face of boxing. If he beats Boots, critics will say he only beat a younger fighter. But if he loses, the crown instantly passes to the next generation.
When Crawford fought Errol, and they said Errol was weight drained, Crawford said it was hard for me to make the weight myself. People miss that part. I would prefer Crawford to fight Boots, but now that he's at 154, now it's on Boots to go up to 154 to get him. When you see Bud stop Porter and then stop Errol Spence and then call out Canelo and put a plan in place to get with Turkey Al-Sheikh and everything to get to Canelo. When you're doing that, bro, you're not afraid of Boots. With Jamal Charlo, at the time, not much of a name. When he wanted Canelo, most people wanted Canelo versus Triple G. When Canelo was putting that plan in place to go up and wait to fight Triple G, he wasn't ducking Jamal. He was going up to fight Triple G. I am very consistent with that idea when it comes to Bud Crawford.
So Crawford been smart enough to avoid that trap, and Boots knows it. That's why whenever reporters ask him about facing Crawford, he keeps it short and avoids the topic.
What about the Terence Bud Crawford fight? I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering them questions, and if a fight happened, it happened. I want it to happen, but if not, yeah.
Crawford has heard the talk for years that Boots Ennis is the next version of him, that Floyd is the original blueprint, and that a fight between him and Floyd would be a 50-50 matchup. He's not a fan of any of it. Crawford has made it clear that no one compares to him. Not Boots, not Floyd, not anyone.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? That's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
In a past interview, Crawford said he's tired of people acting like he's walking in Floyd's footsteps. He said, "I respect Floyd, but I'm my own man. I built my legacy my way." And he's right. Crawford unified divisions and took risks Floyd never had to. He climbed from 135 to 147, dominating everyone in his way. Yet the comparisons just don't stop.
He's not me.
Yeah.
As much as a lot of people, say we have similarities and, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, and I'm not him. So, yeah.
Tim had said comparison that he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, once again, he's not me. He's trying to get to where I'm at. He's where he at. I'm where I'm at. He got a long way to go.
Floyd is the smartest fighter the sport has ever seen, and Crawford is the most complete boxer of this era. So when Floyd starts training with a fighter everyone calls the next Crawford, it's no surprise that it strikes a nerve.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Because Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So
now here's where things take a wild turn. While Floyd has been training with Boots Ennis to prepare for a possible clash with Terence Crawford, another storm is brewing. And this one has Mike Tyson's name all over it.
Would you consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
That's right. Tyson and Mayweather are officially set to face each other in an upcoming exhibition, and things have already gotten intense. What began as friendly promotion has turned into real tension, with Tyson furious over some of Floyd's recent remarks.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
Floyd's been claiming that no matter what, he's the greatest fighter of all time, and that even a prime Mike Tyson wouldn't have been able to figure out the Mayweather puzzle.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
That's what Mayweather does best. Let's be real. For Floyd, this isn't just about proving he still has it. It's about legacy. He wants to remind everyone that he's still the face of boxing. He's not ready to be seen as just a retired legend, and training with Boots Ennis might be the key to that comeback.
Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
What do you think about Floyd talking about greater than Ali?
He's very delusional. If he was anywhere near that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself.
There you go.
Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself. And he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
There you go. Thanks, sir. Thanks.
What makes this even wilder is how it all ties together. Tyson versus Mayweather isn't just another exhibition. It's happening right as Floyd prepares for a possible fight with Terence Crawford. It's like he's caught between two rivalries at once. One with a legend from the past, and one with the best of today. Make no mistake, Floyd truly believes he can beat Crawford, and honestly, he has a reason to think so. Floyd is built differently. His ring IQ is unmatched. He studies movement like a scientist, spots patterns no one else sees, and always fights on his own terms. That's what makes his training camp with Boots so dangerous. Floyd isn't just getting in shape, he's crafting a game plan. He doesn't need to knock Crawford out. All he needs to do is outsmart him, make him miss, make him frustrated, and force him to chase shadows.
A lot of comparison between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We had the conversation going as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that.
Yes, sir.
fight.
I love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that sense
The
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
That's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer,
that you
right?
can't
Yeah,
out-figure
yeah,
out.
you gotta-
There's
yeah.
an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere.
yeah,
And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
This fight isn't just Mayweather versus Crawford. It's past versus present. Crawford represents a new era of boxing, built on versatility, hunger, and dominance.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest game?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all time.
And the fact that Floyd's been in the gym putting in work with someone like Boots Ennis, a fighter shaped in Crawford's image, shows just how real this could get.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff.
But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
So if even pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next upload. Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one.